Hello, my name is Craig Perry and this is my play-based exercise intervention for Australian children aged 6 to 9. A previous exercise intervention involving play-based high-intensity interval training or HIIT with children aged 8 to 10 years showed improvements to several indices of health. A reduction in waist circumference was observed in obese children after the intervention, and all participants showed improvement in maximal oxygen intake, peak running speed, and the oxygen cost of exercise was reduced. However, the study did not implement a resistance training element into the intervention. Over the past few decades, there has been increasing amounts of research suggesting resistance training is safe and effective for children as long as proper guidance and supervision is present. It can improve motor control and sports performance, strengthen bone, improve cardiovascular performance, aid weight control, and increase muscle strength and endurance. I believe introducing resistance training into the already successful play-based HIIT intervention will improve more health indices as suggested by the research. The sessions will begin with a 5-minute warm-up of moderate intensity calisthenics and dynamic stretches. Each 60-minute session will consist of 5 high-intensity games chosen randomly from a set of 14, played for 6 minutes each with a 2-minute rest period. The 6-minute HIIT games and recovery have been shown to be well tolerated, maintain high intensity, enjoyed by the children, and significantly improved health indicators. The 2-minute rest period allows the supervisors to give instructions about the next game and keep the children engaged and motivated. In between HIIT game 2 and 3 will be a 9-minute modified game of Follow the Leader, where the supervisor is the leader and the children must copy his or her movements, which will consist of resistance training and plyometric exercises. The resistance training exercises are performed mid-session so the children can perform them without undue fatigue. The modified game of Follow the Leader will consist of body weight resistance training exercises cycling through upper body, lower body, and core exercises. Each category of exercise will consist of approximately 1 minute before cycling to the next category, which means each set of muscle groups gets worked for 60 seconds with 2 minutes rest for 3 sets each. This is in line with recommendations by the National Strength and Conditioning Association. This part of the session will be led and supervised by an appropriately trained coach to ensure proper technique is utilised. After the last 3 HIIT games, there will be a 5-minute cooldown consisting of static stretches to improve flexibility and prevent injury. The goals of the intervention are to increase cardiorespiratory fitness and improve muscle strength and endurance in all children of the group, and reduce fat percentages in overweight and obese children. The outcome measures will be body mass index, BMI, waist circumference measurements, bent knee push-up test, the plank test, the standing long jump test, and the Anderson aerobic fitness test. BMI is calculated by dividing the participant's mass by their height squared, and has been used as an indicator of healthy and unhealthy weight for decades, and is a valid measurement of body fat percentage. Everything is to be as non-invasive as possible, which is why skin fold measurements won't be used and waist circumference measurement used instead. Waist circumference will be taken with a metric tape at the top of the hip bones level with the belly button. The bent knee push-up test is considered a valid and reliable measure for upper body strength and endurance and can be performed by overweight or obese participants. It involves the child keeping a straight body from head to knees, which are on the ground. The hands are under the shoulders, flat on the floor, with elbows straight. This is the up position. The down position is the same except the elbows are bent and the chest is on the floor. The child will be measured as to how many repetitions they can do in 1 minute. The plank test is a valid and reliable measurement tool for abdominal performance in young people. The children will be asked to position face down with only toes and forearms touching the ground, and to hold there as long as possible with hips, back, and head in a straight line. If they deviate from this straight position, they will be given up to 3 warnings before the test is terminated. The time held in this position, measured by a digital timer, will be recorded. The standing long jump test involves the participants to stand behind a line with feet together and propel themselves forward by jumping as far as they can. Then the distance is measured by metric tape from the front of the line to the front of the feet and recorded in centimetres. The Anderson aerobic fitness test involves participants attempting to cover the greatest distance within 10 minutes between 2 parallel lines 20 metres apart. Participants are to run or walk between the lines and touch each line with their hand before reversing direction and touching the other line. After 15 seconds of running or walking, the leader blows a whistle and the participants stop and rest for another 15 seconds. Another whistle is blown and the participants start moving again. After 10 minutes of this protocol, the distance travelled is recorded. All tests and measures will be conducted before the intervention begins at the start of the school term, 4 weeks into the intervention to help keep the kids motivated, and then 8 weeks later towards the end of term. So, how do you get your child involved? Is your child aged between 6 and 9 years old, available for 1 hour twice a week, have no medical problems preventing exercise, and prepared to have fun? If so, then contact CQU for more info.